Action.
I'm tired of Revolutionniggaz. These brothers raising their fists to fight, using those same fists to beat their wives. Red, black, and green armbands wrapped just right, fatigues in pristine condition. All the while dipping from sister to sister, blaming white men for their struggle. While juggling their so-called queens, blaming their mentality on the images they've seen rather than thinking for themselves. Hiding their motives behind their conscious rhetoric, pretending to be down for their people while keeping women's hearts prisoner. Saying it's man's nature to spread his seed in as many women as he needs, when it's also man's nature to steal and kill, but does that make it right? I'm tired of Revolutionniggaz. These sisters with perfectly manicured afros and revolutionary dashikis, cutting eyes down other sisters' thighs, spreading poison and lies, allowing brothers to creep under their covers, knowing he has another lover and a wife, blaming white men for their strife, listening to their flesh and not their minds. I was a revolutionary, wanting love from a man so bad that I didn't love myself enough to take his hands and let go, even though he poisoned my flow and was an infection in my self-esteem. Thought we could save each other because we share skin color, not realizing that at the end of the day, every soul is responsible for their own salvation. Trying to build nations out of nothing, trying to build love out of fucking, not realizing that love, one should never try, it should just be. Not realizing the power that lays between my legs, or turning my head and telling him no. Not being strong enough to love myself, and not loving him enough to check his behavior, but instead trying to be a savior by letting him walk all over me, dimming my own light to make him feel like a man, forgetting who I am. But now I remember, I'm tired of Revolutionniggaz, using someone else's version of rebellion, calling ourselves radical when we don't resist the call for conformity, perpetuating that we are victims rather than masters of our own destiny. Thinking that dreadlocks and rocking some red, black, and green makes us something different than what the system has deemed appropriate, feeding the lie by letting it pull our puppet strings, acting like chocolate-coated Europeans, telling people how to live when we don't have our shit together, playing each other just because the white man tells us so, falling down because the wind blows, calling fallen queens hoes because they've forgotten who they are and wanted love, saying we're not Negroes because we read a book. As long as brothers and sisters continue to look at one another as enemies, as long as we neglect the balance that builds life between us, Don't blame white people for one goddamn thing because we become revolution niggas.